Morning, happy Friday, and welcome back to the NOFO Live podcast, where we hop on every Friday and talk about all things North Fork. Today is June 19th. The official start of summer is this weekend, the summer solstice. But the weather has certainly arrived here, and it is beautiful. The temperatures are about 70 something, and the water is slowly warming up. In fact, I went in a couple of days ago, and it was beautiful. So we're excited to start summer. Our guest today is a company called East End Charters, and they have sailboat rides around the East End. Based out of Greenport, they do sunset sails around Shelter Island. They also do overnight charters. I believe they have a couple of sailboats, so we'll talk to them about that in more detail. Tracy is at an event this weekend. You know, that's her normal job. This is her fun gig. But we have a special treat because Alyssa, who many of you know from Imaginariums by Alyssa, will be joining me as guest co-host. So I'm looking forward to chatting with her and finding out what else she has coming up. Alyssa describes herself as a plant stylist, which is a term I love. I think it's so fun, and creates these gorgeous driftwood centerpieces with succulents and, all kinds of fun. Speaking of fun, the NOFO Live crew went to the hulling night at the 𝗏𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗏 Strawberry Festival, which was so fun. An annual tradition for us. And it's a great local night to kick off the festival. The festival is all weekend long, and they have fireworks and rides. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. We're good. How are you?
Good. Are you on the boat?
We are. I hope it's
Well,
not too windy, but we thought the
well,
outside shot was a good one.
as true captains should be, right? Like always on a boat. I'm just waiting. I just see Alyssa now. Like I mentioned at the top of the conversation, Tracy, my co-host, is running an event this weekend, so she's away. So we have Alyssa joining us. Good morning, Alyssa. How are you?
Hi guys, good.
I was just telling everybody about your plant stylist title, which I love, but maybe you can do a quick shout out of what you do, and if you have any events coming up. I think you have something coming up in the North Fork, right?
I do. I have two.
Okay, go ahead.
So I am Sunita loves it when I say I'm a plant stylist, which is a very fun way of saying that I love working with all types of different plants, specifically succulents and everything in that family, and make arrangements and put them together so that their owners can have something that thrives for a very long time. And I teach workshops aside from styling. I teach workshops a lot on the North Fork. I have two succulent driftwood workshops coming up. One is on, it's next Friday, which is the 26th at 𝗏𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗏 Florist,
Oh,
followed by one at the 𝗟𝗏𝗘𝗏𝗏 at the Sound
awesome.
Hotel on Thursday, July 3rd, I believe it is, or 2nd, going into the 4th of July weekend. And that's a succulent driftwood class too.
I
So
think it's such a fun class to take with friends because it's simple to create, or you make it seem simple, and then you have something to take home and have fun with.
exactly, absolutely.
Awesome. Awesome. All right, let's jump into the two captains, Captain Hannah, Captain Eric. Let's start with, how did you get this love for the water? Because what percent of your time do you spend on the water?
100%.
Let's go 98. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
tell us, how did the journey of being on the water start for both of you?
So both of us had careers before we met 8 years ago. We had careers on the water. Eric was at a maritime museum, and then I worked on many different vessels of all sizes, all sailboats. But when we met, we really wanted to find a way to live on the water full time and work on the water full time. And so that's what we've been doing for the past 7 years is we work on these sailboats, but we also live on them full time. So Greenport's our home base in the summertime, and then we go south to the Caribbean in the wintertime.
Sounds like a great life. So is that when 7 years ago is when you started East End Charters, or has it morphed into that?
Yeah, so 7 years ago, we purchased East End Charters with the vessel Surprise, one of the sailboats in East End Charters today. We purchased her from Pat Mundus, who lives in Greenport, and that's what brought us to Greenport for the first time.
And so you said you started with one and now you have the two?
So we transitioned. We had Surprise for 4 years. We owned and operated her. And then 3 years ago, we purchased Bonnie Lynn, which is the boat we're on now, the one that you sailed with us on. And simultaneously, we sold Surprise to friends of ours, Charlie and Sarah, who are now operating Surprise and are here in Greenport with us.
Awesome. So you're just spreading this love of the sea to others and sort of like bringing them along the journey that you guys have taken.
I'd say that's pretty accurate. Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have water deep down inside of them. Our ancestors all traveled by water. And it's really fun to watch people, even though they may not connect with the water much now, when they do get out with us, to watch them kind of relax and evolve into, that discover that part of them again, and join us for the journey on the water. Yeah.
How many sales do you guys average doing per week?
So this weekend is actually a big weekend for us. It sort of marks the true start of summer, and we will operate 7 days a week. So even I think this coming week we have at least 6 or 7 already scheduled. But we do a combination of, both boats are available for private charters every single day of the week. And then on Bonnie Lynn, we host public sales, which are ticketed sales. So you can just come on as one person, 2 people, 3 people. And those happen on select dates. Those are usually 2 or 3 times per week.
Okay, so let's go through all your offerings. You mentioned that I recently sailed with you guys, which happened to be a private charter, and it was such a fun. It was a birthday party, and it was a large group, and we all went out. So that's one of the options, right? And what the one we did was sort of would be considered your sunset sail.
Yes, yeah, you came with us for a sunset sail. And for private charters, we customize all the timing. So you can call us up and tell us what your dream sail is, and then we'll do our best with our calendar and our availability to make the timing work for you.
Okay.
So sunset sails can be a minimum of 2 hours, but then we've had charters as long as 6, 7 hours before. So we're pretty much up for anything, I'd say.
Okay, so tell us what the 2 hour sail looks like. Like for somebody that's trying to book or considering it, what would that include and what does that entail?
Sure. So after you sign up, and you can do it online or you can talk to Hannah directly. A lot of folks like to talk to us directly so they can get all their questions answered. But folks will show up. It's really great here because we're not in a marina per se. We're in our own private space, so people can park immediately adjacent to the boat, and we'll help them unload their coolers. It's a BYOB and bring your own food type of scenario. So folks can pack their picnics or bring catering from local restaurants. We help load it onto the boat as folks begin to settle in. And then we do a quick orientation before we get underway. And typically, as we head out of the harbor, folks might get their first cocktail, and then we go ahead and set sail out in the harbor. And we always like to sail. We adjust the sails according to the weather. Lighter winds, more sails. Bigger winds, less sail. And we head out. And it's amazing to watch people just transform into the space of the boat and relax and enjoy the scenery around them, which is just stunning out here. So we do that and sail back in and take in the sails and come in. So it's a pretty chill and easy way to get on the water. Nothing tricky. No, don't have to worry about parking downtown or anything like that.
And I noticed that you are doing a lot of wine sales.
Yes. So we're very excited. This year we have a couple partnerships. We love collaborating with other businesses on the North Fork, and Bedell Cellars is one business that we've been working with for 3 summers now. But this year we have 3 wine cruises that are scheduled. So the first one is tomorrow night, and we still have tickets available, actually, if anyone out there is interested in joining us. But we have tomorrow night, and then there's one in July and one in August. And those are really wonderful because you buy a ticket, and included in your ticket is an open bar with Bedell Cellars usually brings 3 or 4 different types of wine. And then there's also charcuterie boxes provided from Lombardi's.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And you mentioned it's BYOB and you can bring your own food, but I know that you can do catering from local restaurants. I know Noah's sometimes has catering at the boat that's available, right?
Yes. Yeah. So for the wine sales, those are not BYOB because,
Correct,
we
of
have
course,
a lot of wine on board
of
already.
course.
um, but aside from that, we have, I mean, as you know, as everybody knows, there's amazing food here. And we have a few folks, restaurants and caterers that are familiar with our boat in particular, and they can help our guests kind of curate a perfect menu for them. So we do a lot of work with Noah's. We work with Little Creek Oysters. We work with Lombardi's. We work with Sterlington Deli. The brunch, we do brunch sales as well, where we collaborate with Pips Cafe.
Oh, love
Uh, yeah, we always look forward to those Sunday mornings because they send the most amazing pastries.
they best
So there's,
guacamole not guacamole, to avocado toast. The
oh
best.
yes, yeah, you can't go wrong there.
Well, having been on a sale recently, though, I will say this for someone that's thinking of catering or having their own and bringing food on board, you do have to pay a little bit of thought onto what kind of food you bring that you can use in a food base. Something that needs a fork and a knife and you're sitting and whatever is almost too complicated. You need easy boat food that's sort of grab and go, right?
Yes, yeah,
Or
and
at least that makes it easier.
you would know, Sunita, because you brought those amazing sandwiches, and you had the takeout containers there that were just very beautifully presented. So
Well, thank you.
yeah,
Well, that was my friend, me and my friend Stacy from the Harvest Inn. But like I said, and of course Noah bought something about oysters on a boat. They were just, I think they were extra delicious when you eat oysters on a boat. I was like,
extra
can I just
salty.
chuck the shell over? I didn't, but it did occur to me it's biodegradable. So the thought of just eating oysters on a boat was really fun.
Yeah, yeah. There's a
Now,
lot of different options. Yeah.
and it does come with a full crew, right? So it's not like people have to figure out how to captain the boat now.
No, no, they don't have to. Yeah, so the 2 of us are always on board, and then our third hand is Libby Koch. She's our mate on board, and then we occasionally have other crew members as well join us for, especially we can legally carry 32 passengers for private sales. Our public sales we cap it at a much lower number, but if it's a big private, if it's a birthday party and you want to have all your friends, then we can take the larger groups. And then we have more crew members join us as well.
And also, if you have a smaller party, a more intimate one of 6 or fewer, Surprise is kind of the perfect boat for that. It's great to get a small party out on the water. We have a lot of folks who do proposals on board. It's kind of an intimate setting and a very classic boat.
And do they do similar sunset sales, morning sales, but they don't do the public sales?
No, no
Okay.
public sales, but they're really focused. I mean, that boat is so perfect for a small group, a small family, a bunch of friends. They also partner with a photographer to do that. They'll arrange, kind of make the perfect platform for elopements or for proposals. So
Ooh,
that's a
elopements.
very
Okay.
popular options. Yeah, and it's very helpful that the boat's name is Surprise because
Aw,
it's actually
Oh,
a
so
surprise.
sweet. I love it. And where do you
Yeah,
sail to when you go out? Where do you sail to? Do you go, like, what's the path?
the
It
route.
does depend upon the tide and the wind, as you
Right.
might suspect. But our favorite direction is definitely heading a bit more east, out towards Orient, past Bug Light. Everybody loves to see the lighthouse, and we can get very close to it. And we'll head out into Gardiner's Bay. And part of the reason for that is it gets a little more open, a little more elbow room if it's a little busier boating weekend. And the winds typically get a little better too if it's on the lighter side. So that's our favorite direction. Oh, and also as you come back in, the sunsets are awesome.
Uh,
If depending on the winds, we can go the other way, and we'll head up into South Hole Bay and around that side of Shelter Island, which is also just stunning and gorgeous.
Stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
did I
Yep.
read someplace that you also do overnight charters?
Yes, we do. So Bonnie Lynn, on Bonnie Lynn, we can accommodate up to 6 guests for overnight charters. And we do offer those in the summertime. The availability is a little tricky because we do so many day sales. So if people are interested in that, they should, really they should be booking almost a year ahead. But the majority of our overnight charters happen in the wintertime in the Caribbean.
I see.
So we've had a lot of North Forkers fly down to the Caribbean in the wintertime when it's, cold and snowy up here and join us. And those we do typically about a week long, and they're all inclusive sailing vacations. So
Okay, I'm looking at my calendar.
Oh my God, you and me
Yeah.
both, sister. Like let's make this a joy. How many people? You said 6 people?
6 maximum, yeah.
Okay, 6 maximum. We can work that out, Alyssa. We'll figure out who we can
Yeah.
take with us. I don't know about Tracy. She's busy. She's always busy.
Oh, I love
Oh
it.
my God, but Tracy and Tilly would make the perfect 6, right?
Oh my God.
Tell me about I want to go back to the public sales because that sounds like you can just 2 people can join, and that sounds like an inexpensive way to be able to enjoy the water for somebody that doesn't want the whole boat. So how long are those, and are those that information is in your website for the upcoming ones?
Yes. Yeah. So they range, all of them, I think, yeah, all of our public sales are 2 hours long. And we have, this weekend kicks off our first, I mentioned the Sunday brunch sale. That's almost every Sunday morning from 10 to noon. It's $135 per person. And that includes a full brunch spread from Pips.
Wow.
There's seasonal quiches and pastries, coffee, orange juice, tea, kind of a full meal on board. And then we have the wine cruises with 𝗘𝗏𝗄𝗏, and all that information's online. They handle the bookings for those sales. But then our more casual side of the public sales we do weeknight sales, and those are generally on Mondays and Thursdays, and those are starting this coming week. And those are $100 per person, and they're BYO, so you can just bring your own picnic or you can bring your own beverage, and it's a very casual 2-hour sale, and it's usually timed with the sunset, so you can watch the sunset as well.
They're a ton of fun too. You get to meet and mix with a lot of other people. We really encourage people to move around. It's not like you get in an assigned seat or anything. You get to move around the boat and chat with folks. And we've had folks strike up such great conversations. They end up going out to dinner after together. So it's a fun way to meet other people in the area who are traveling or perhaps locals. And we do get a lot of local folks who have friends and family who've come into town, and they're looking for something unique and different to do with them, a special thing, and so it is a relatively inexpensive way to get people onto the water. A small commitment. So
yeah,
and it's a pretty large boat. So I mean, even though we had quite a few people on the boat, not quite max capacity, we didn't feel crowded at all. You can go, to so many different areas, and you have seating everywhere. I mean, it is really a beautiful, stunning boat.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, we like the layout of Bonnie Lynn because it's a flush deck, meaning that you can walk pretty much anywhere on the entire deck. It's not, a lot of sailboats have that cabin top that for bigger groups it gets harder to move around. But Bonnie Lynn, you can walk freely while we're under sail, and there's also different sections of the boat, so you can find privacy even if you're on a public sail with 20 people. There's plenty of room.
Now, when does your season start and end in Greenport?
So we start generally the week before Memorial Day weekend in May, and then we will sail through the week after Labor Day weekend.
Okay.
Good season.
I mean, it goes by fast. So for people that are thinking about it, don't wait too long because, I mean, I know this weekend is like the start of summer, but I feel like you blink and we get to the end of the season. So make your plans early.
Yes.
I know I'm already thinking about, I love the idea of starting a weekend morning breakfast. Like I didn't even think about that because I just assumed you do sunset or everybody does evening cruises,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. The morning sails are actually some of our favorites because the water traffic is very quiet. Not a lot of people are out on the water yet. And so you feel like you kind of have the whole bay to yourself a lot of mornings. And I should add too, especially in terms of morning sales on both boats. When you do a private charter, if you do 3 or 4 hours on either boat, you have the option of anchoring and going for a swim off of the boat out in the bay, or you can go further afield too. On longer sails, we can go out into Gardiner's Bay and sail further. So it's a nice option, especially on weekend mornings. It's a really nice time to be out in the water.
Yeah, I have to say, when I've traveled with my family, at over the last I don't know, maybe 5 years, 10 years, we really always try, and this is bringing it to light because now it's something I know we can do here at home, but we love booking a sail or booking some type of a trip and getting out on that water and jumping in, and there's nothing more freeing than that. It's just such an incredible experience. So that is so awesome to be able to do that.
And not have to take a plane to go do it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm excited that I know we can do that now at home. It's awesome.
Yep.
Now, when I met you guys for the sale, I think you mentioned that you wake up on the boat in the morning, don't you?
Yes.
Like
Yeah, we have our cups of coffee right here with us from the galley.
So how did you choose this life that lets you live on a boat and enjoy this every morning as opposed to something that people dream about, hashtag goals?
Great question.
That's a great question.
Yeah, how do we choose this? So I'd been working on boats in summer, living on them and traveling with larger groups of people in a museum setting. And I knew that living on a boat was a lifestyle that kind of worked for me. And when Hannah and I met, we both felt similarly about that. When we bought Surprise, we said, we're going to give this 5 years. We're going to try this out. We had figured out the lifestyle, like we're going to live on this boat, whether we hate it or we love it, we're going to stick with it for 5 years. 4 years in, we bought Bonnie Lynn, and now we're saying, okay, 10 more years, just 10 more years.
So
yeah.
tell us what do you love about living on a boat versus what are the challenges about not being in a traditional land-based home?
Well, I do love getting up in the morning and being able to walk on deck and be instantly outside. 50% of our home is outdoors, and we both love the outdoor environment. So you're always very, very in tune with the weather and very in tune with the outside, which is both good and bad. We had a pretty rainy start to the season with Memorial Day weekend and stuff, and so we live and breathe by good weather, and so we really keep our fingers crossed for that. So that's a challenging part of it, especially once we leave this cozy little nook we have back here in the back of Sterling Harbor, and we're out sailing on open ocean or anchoring in different locations. We're always constantly thinking about the weather. It's on the forefront of our minds because that can make or break us in the long run. So that's something that's both great and a challenge about living on the water.
Yeah.
What else?
I'd agree with that. I was going to say the weather is both the the most amazing part about this lifestyle, and it's also the most challenging part, is that you're really in tune with nature and weather, and you can't just go inside your air-conditioned home and close the doors and forget what's going on outside. It's like you're
in it.
Tied. Yeah, you're tied to it all the time. So yeah, it's also a very simple lifestyle in terms of possessions. Everything that we want to own has to fit on this boat. So
And kind of has to wash and dry. I mean, it literally has to just dry itself.
right. Yeah.
It's almost freeing, though. That's a freeing feeling. Like
It is.
Not to be bogged down by stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I only have, my clothes. I only have a handful of t-shirts because I can't fit anymore. And it becomes, you realize what you actually need in life and what you don't really.
Very selective.
Absolutely.
The other thing, we both love seafood, and we're always near seafood. No matter where we go with our home, we're always near seafood. And that's a great part of this lifestyle, is having fresh fish available. And of course, here on the North Fork, we're near all of these wonderful farms as well. So
Do you also fish while you're out on the sailboat, or you're too busy sailing it?
So in the summertime, we buy fish from all of the fishermen here because, that's what they're doing full time and we are too busy sailing. But in the wintertime, we do fish. When we head offshore, we troll off the boat and we do eat a lot of mahi-mahi, a lot of tuna. Eric is a very good spear fisherman, so we eat a lot of lobsters and grouper down there. So yeah, we do enjoy fishing, but usually the summer we're a little focused on the sunset sailing.
Well, yeah, and when I was on the boat, there's always something to do on a boat. I don't even want to use the wrong term, but there's always some rope in somebody's hand, and you're putting things up and putting things
Yeah.
down, and we're doing our best to stay out of your way.
Yes, yeah, it's always busy. And that's the other thing for both Surprise and Bonnie Lynn is if we do have people who come on board who want to participate in sailing, then by all means, we have, as you saw, we have plenty of lines to pull. So people can come and, pull lines all night if they want.
That's fun.
Yeah, help us set the sails.
Love it.
How does the boat get from here to the Caribbean and back every season?
We sail it from here to there. So it's it's about how many miles? 1,300 miles.
Yeah,
depending
the
on
Northern Caribbean. Yeah,
to the Northern Caribbean. So we leave from Greenport and we either head out around Montauk or we go up the Sound and go through New York City and then we head south. And we take our time doing that because we like to stop in the Carolinas. Both boats have spent a lot of time in the Carolinas and Virginia, and there's a couple shipyards that we enjoy working with down there. And the fall is a good time of year to kind of pause for a little bit and especially, wait for hurricane season to blow through and then head down to the Caribbean once it feels like the weather's safe.
So how long does the journey take you to North Carolina?
about a week.
Oh,
Every
on
day.
the sailboat, just out in the water.
Yep.
Yeah.
Out on the water.
Wow.
It's nonstop. So you can't, people always ask us, can you anchor, at night in the middle of the ocean? And the answer is no, you can't do that. So someone has to be awake at all times. Someone stands watch in the middle of the night.
Can someone picture?
How long is it from the Carolinas to the Caribbean?
For a nonstop passage, it depends how far in the Caribbean you're going and what route you take to get there. But for example, the last time we sailed from North Carolina to Puerto Rico, and it took us about 9.5 days nonstop. But it can take longer, it can take shorter. It all depends on, the conditions and and the weather.
I love how you probably just open a map and a compass and make decisions if you go where the tide takes you, I guess, or you make plans every year or what the plan is for this season.
We're very fortunate in today's world that we have access to all the satellite data and whatnot. So in terms of planning, when we say it takes a week to get from here to the Carolinas, part of that is we may want to leave on Saturday, but the weather may not allow us to leave on Saturday. So we have to wait a day here or wait a day there, or we may be in the process of sailing down when a gale blows in and we may choose to pull into a various bay or harbor or whatnot for safe refuge and wait till that blows through. So it's, we're very fortunate in that we have access to this data that allows us to make better decisions and hopefully safer decisions for when to travel. We don't go out and look for storms. We really like to avoid those. So a lot of people ask us, what's the worst storm you've been in? But it really is a question of trying to avoid those as much as possible, especially the really big ones. So
I want to know when your book is coming out, because you probably have a lot to write about. Right?
We've got some good stories. Yeah.
Well, when I don't think about the weather or the whole week, I'm thinking, do people hitch a ride with you to North Carolina? Because I'm thinking, what am I doing in early September? Maybe I want to take a ride.
So we do have some people join us for the sail, but it's folks who want more true sailing, offshore experience. Those offshore passages there are beautiful moments, but it's also
A lot of work.
it's a lot of work. It's not very comfortable. You're always in motion, and it's not always comfortable motion, and it's not the most relaxing vacation.
It's not the most
Yeah.
picturesque sunsets cruise that we picture. So
My,
we'll stick to joining you while you're here for the 2 hour.
yeah, let us move the boat to the Caribbean and then fly down and join us there. That's
I
the way.
like that plan. I like that plan. I like that plan. All right, we can keep chatting with you for the whole day. Let's jump into our No for Life 5 if you're ready. If you were going to take Alyssa and myself out to a meal or bring one on the boat, breakfast, lunch, or dinner, where would we go and what might we eat?
One of our favorite things to do with friends is to go to the South Old Fish Market, pick up the freshest thing that we can find, and then go out to Long Beach off Orient near the lake house, drop the anchor, and make dinner on board. Watch the sunset, stay overnight, and wake up in the morning to the most amazing scenery you could possibly imagine. So, yeah, I think the fresh seafood. I mean, we do have a lot of favorite restaurants, but I think sitting on the water out in the open is the best restaurant going.
Well, I mean, technically, South Old Fish Market is a restaurant. So,
Yes.
and also one of our favorite answers is when people say home cooked meals, because then we're like, maybe we're invited.
Yeah.
So I'll bring the fish. Don't you worry about that. It's on my way to your boat,
Okay.
so I
Good.
can pick it
Cool.
up.
I like it. I like it.
And the fish at Charlie is the freshest. So
Yeah.
So good.
Yes.
yeah.
What is your go-to farm stand?
We go to many farm stands, but our go-to farm stand is Latham's. Yep, Latham's.
Okay.
They're also for us where we are. It's a really easy, quick jaunt. Sometimes we ride our bikes out to Latham's as well. But we just love they have an abundance of amazing fresh produce all the time. So
Yeah, I was wondering if you get a chance to get off the boat because, and how far do you go because you spend so much time on it. Does it feel weird when you're on land?
not in the summertime because because we're on the dock, we're always on land. We're on the boat, but then we go on the dock and we run around our property and
We even have a car.
errands.
It's great.
Yeah, we have a little car
Like
that
normal people.
yeah, almost like normal
Almost.
people. Yep, yep. Yeah, we have a
Okay.
little Honda Fit that stays here in the winters when we're not here. And
Okay.
yeah,
Brewery, vineyard, cocktail, mocktail. What do you enjoy and where might we catch you enjoying one?
that's also a tough one. I have to say, and maybe it's because this weekend is coming up with our wine cruise, but we both love Bedell wines, and we also love Quarry Creek Tap Room.
Yeah. We let the live entertainment, the atmosphere there. It's just great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and the well-deserved. The wine is really good.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
great.
I've actually taught my workshops at both of those wineries, and they are just the best. Those are two of my faves too.
And beautiful too. Like Bedell just has, I mean, they do so many weddings again for good reason. It's such a beautiful location. And the wine is great. So yeah, good choice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What do you guys love being part of the North Fork community most?
I think the thing that I love most, especially as a business owner, is that the community of people here and business owners are so supportive of one another. You don't feel any negativity between competing businesses. It's really more everyone wants to collaborate and everyone wants to share ideas and support each other however they can. And that's a really special and unique thing. Not every town is like that. And I think that, that's something that's really special about the North Fork.
I mean, we say that often. If there was a hashtag for the North Fork, it really would be collaboration over competition.
Absolutely.
Because truly people live that. It's hard to say that until you've lived it and you realize it. Everybody is uplifting for each other, even if you're directly in the same business as the other person. I think everyone wants everybody to succeed and. So that's and it's beautiful to watch in action.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're
Okay,
great.
what's your favorite spot to catch a sunset from?
It's kind of a
Is
loaded
there such an
question.
answer, or can you just stand anywhere?
Yeah, is that a trick question? A sunset. I mean,
Or is it really sunrises? Because you're more on the bay side, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say we do watch a lot of sunsets because we're out this time of year. We're out on the water almost every single night watching a sunset from Bonnie Lynn or from Surprise. But I'd say sunrises. We have one of the best sunrise views right down our road here at Norman Clip Beach. You can when we love if we wake up early enough, which is a little hard this time of year, but you walk down there and you can watch the sunrise right next to Bug Light, and it's very beautiful. It's very peaceful. It's usually very calm that time of day. So that's my spot.
Yeah, that sounds again a lovely way to. I would go catch that, and then go on the boat and catch the brunch.
Mm-hmm.
This is a dangerous slippery slope because now you're drawing us into this water life, which we're
Yeah,
surrounded by here, at least surrounded by the water. But it's a great way to. Thank you for joining us and sharing all your beautiful offerings. They just all each one sounds as amazing as the next. And I would really encourage people to try to fit in one of them, whether it's the wine cruise, I think the sunset cruise so far is my favorite, but I haven't had the brunch one, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Alyssa, which one would you go for?
I think I'm heading towards the brunch one.
Oh, I
Yeah.
thought you would go with I'm taking my big Greek family and we're jumping off the boat. Kind of.
We should mention we have live music too, August 5th.
Oh yeah, we're
We're gonna experiment with some music on board, so that'll be fun.
yeah, that's a new one
How
this year.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and Father's Day is coming up, so it's a great way to either join the cruise or get a gift card. I'm assuming you can do that and do something for a future cruise. So that sounds like a really fun way to treat the whole family, including the dad.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both for joining us. Don't
Thank you.
forget about the 𝗏𝗏𝗃 Strawberry Festival still going on this weekend. I believe they have fireworks tonight and tomorrow. They did already have them last night. Sunday, dads ride for free. It's really fun. There's a lot of food, of course, like the funnel cake and the fried Oreos and all that. But there's also local food. I think Balo's food truck is there and a couple of others. So that's a fun activity to catch this weekend. And happy Father's Day to everybody. Thank you, Alyssa, for co-hosting.
Absolutely. It was great fun and lovely to meet you guys.
Yeah,
Nice to meet
meeting
you.
you. Thanks for having
We'll
us.
do a sip and succulent workshop on the boat.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds
that
great.
would be fun.
Really fun.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yes, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen.
Okay.
Awesome.
That'd
All
be a
right,
lot
have
of
a great
fun.
weekend, everybody. Oh,
Thank
I'm having a
you.
pop-up tomorrow at Main Road Biscuit Company for brunch, so maybe I'll see some of you there.
Good.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Take care. Bye.
Anita.
Bye.